So out of Ephesians 5:22 through 33, we're going to see three pictures of God's covenant grace to us. And the first one is this: a covenant relationship in which God has with us. The marriage relationship is a picture of Christ and the church. Within Ephesians 5, there's this mutual submission that a husband and wife have to God and then have to one another. Christian, you are to protect and lead your household well in love. We're going to be looking at this next. Olyvia, you are to be supportive and to help Christian lead well. The second picture that we're able to see in marriage is the covenant love that God has for us through Christ. Ephesians 5:25 through 30 says this: Husbands, love your wives as Christ loved the church and gave himself up for her, that he might sanctify her, having cleansed her by the washing of the water with the word, so that he might present the church to himself in splendor, without spot or wrinkle or any such thing, that she might be holy and without blemish. In the same way, husbands should love their wives as their own bodies. He who loves his wife loves himself, for no one ever hated his own flesh, but nourishes and cherishes it, just as Christ does the church, because we are members of his body. The third picture is the covenant commitment that we're to have with one another. That's what marriage bears out, and that's what you're doing today. Ephesians 5:31 through 33 says, Therefore a man shall leave his father and mother and hold fast to his wife, and the two shall become one flesh. This mystery is profound, and I'm saying that it refers to Christ and the church. However, let each one of you love his wife as himself, and let the wife see that she respects her husband. Marriage is designed to be a picture of Christ's relationship with the church. He committed at the beginning of his creation to send Christ for us, out of his goodness, out of his love, out of his grace, and out of his mercy. Marriage is a picture of God's commitment to his creation. The love that God has for us, nothing can separate us from it. As Cristian and Olyvia have consented together in holy wedlock and have witnessed the same before God and this people and have pledged their faith to each other. By the authority vested in me as a minister of the gospel and according to the laws of this state, I now pronounce you husband and wife, whom God has joined together, let no one separate. Cristian, you may now kiss your bride. I now present to you, for the very first time, Mr. and Mrs. Cristian Kaez.
One of Olyvia's closest friends, and I have the absolute joy of being a co-maid of honor today alongside Abby. It wasn't until the summer of 2019 when we started working the concession stand at the Clarion Aquatic Center, affectionately known as the CAC, that we truly became friends. Those slow pool days turned into a genuine friendship that has carried us through the past 6 years. And over those years, I've come to learn that Liv isn't just a fun friend to spend the summer days with, but she is truly someone rare. She's been one of the truest reflections of God's love in my life, and a light when I've needed it most. She's the kind of friend who doesn't just show up. She stays, she listens, and she carries love with her wherever she goes. And then there's Cristian. On the outside, he's your classic tough guy. He's strong, serious, and always ready with a sarcastic comment. especially when it comes to teasing Liv. But we all know he's got one of the biggest hearts. He's the kind of man who quietly makes sure everyone else is taken care of and who doesn't need recognition to give 110% to whatever job or person needs his help. Colossians 3:12-14 says, "Therefore, as God's chosen people, holy and dear loved, clothe yourselves with compassion, kindness, humility, gentleness, and patience. Bear with each other and forgive one another if any of you has a grievance against someone. Forgive as the Lord forgave you, and over all these virtues put on love, which binds them all together in perfect unity." Liv emulates this kind of love, and Cristian matches it with strength and selflessness. Together, they're grounded, Christ-centered, and real. They challenge each other, they make each other laugh, and ultimately, they serve God better together than they could apart. Liv and Cristian, thank you for letting me stand beside you today. I love you both so much.
Softly in the distance, a rose within the thorn.